Standing in the way of our next offering, though, Mario Ancic and Rafael Nadal in their third-round match on Stadium Court. Our next feature match for you from Indian Wells here on ESPN at the BNP Paribas Open. The first ATP World Tour Masters 1000 event of this 2010 season. Let's hear from Rafa.
Well, the conditions was hard today, similar than the last year final, and well, difficult to compare. But you know, for me, the started tournament with 2 sets victory, 6-4, 6-4 is a good result for me against never easy opponent like Reiner, and the conditions was difficult to play well there. No, I am feeling okay. I'm for sure it's a good new start. To playing another time matches, and you know, to play my best level. The most important thing is play matches and matches, not just like this I'm gonna be in my top level another time. I love this tournament, and I always feeling really well here. And yeah, the people here show a lot of his emotions and a lot of fans around, and for sure me it's nice to try to do it, the photos or sign autographs for these fans.
So, Rafael Nadal ready to go. By the numbers on the ATP World Tour, 36 all-time titles. Among those 6 Grand Slams, 15 Masters 1000 level. Outstanding. And for a guy who's been known as the king of the clay courts, he's picked up a few hard court victories along the way. How about 9 of them? Spent 46 weeks at world #1, spanning 2008 and 2009. Year-end #1 at the end of 2008, breaking the stranglehold of Roger Federer. So Rafael Nadal hopefully on the comeback trail after an injury-plagued second half of 2009. Next up for him, Mario Ancic on Stadium Court. We'll have it for you live here on ESPN. So the Ancic and Nadal match, our next feature here on the worldwide leader in sports. That on Stadium Court #1, still awaiting the walkout there as they're about ready to get underway for their warm-up. One more match scheduled for you here on ESPN as well. Later on, Brian Dabul from Argentina versus the Croatian Ivan Lubicic. That, though, is 4th on Stadium 3. And right now on that Stadium 3 court, Flavia Pennetta still in a battle with Shahar Peer, but this battle has turned to our 16 minutes in. Peer is serving for the match at 5-love of the 3rd, but still another women's match before Dabul and Lubicic on Stadium 3. That'll be the match between Vinci and Whitmire on the women's side. We move on into the afternoon at Indian Wells Tennis Gardens, just short of 3 o'clock local time. Mario Ancic and Rafael Nadal to renew acquaintances. These guys have met officially 4 times on the big tour, though they did have a challenger meeting way back in 2003 as well. Of the main tour meetings, Rafael Nadal has won 3 of those 4. All of the meetings except for one have happened a long time ago, 6 years or more ago, except for this one. We go back just about 2 years to Monte Carlo in 2008. Yes, you're on the European clay. You are on the turf of Rafael Nadal, no doubt about that. That was a round of 32 matchup taken by Rafa with relative ease. 6-love, 6-3 over Ancic. But Ancic has been suffering a whole lot of problems over the last few years, injury-wise and illness-wise. As a result, he is trying to get himself back on the tour as a major factor. He's 25 years old now with 3 titles, an overall record of 208 and 132. All his numbers pale in comparison to Rafael Nadal, but you could say that about just about anybody else on tour. Ancic has done well so far in his first 2 matches. He's needed 3 sets in both of them, so we'll see if that wear and tear becomes a factor. Defeated Bobby Reynolds and Julian Benneteau after dropping the first set in each, and then came back to win tough 3-setters on each occasion. We'll take a break here on ESPN. The players walking out for their warm-up. It won't be long now till first serve between Nadal and Ancic. So a smiling Mario Ancic, happy to be in the 3rd round. Got 2 Masters 1000 match victories under his belt, and there's a look at Rafa. Bye in the 1st round for Rafael Nadal before beating Rainer Schuttler in just over an hour and a half in the 2nd round at 4-4. Rafael Nadal hopefully feeling refreshed. Trained for several weeks in his native Mallorca before coming over here to start the North American hardcourt circuit. Defending champion and world number 3, Rafael Nadal at the BNP Paribas Open, readying for his 3rd round match versus Mario Ancic on Stadium Court. Another warm and sunny day in the Southern California desert. Indian Wells Tennis Gardens, Indian Wells, California. Mark Brown with you throughout our coverage. Ancic comes in having not won a title since 2006. He has 3 titles all time, and certainly a big ask today against Nadal. Action in the bottom half of the draw today in the 3rd round for the men. Juan Monaco and Novak Djokovic has been the first to book passage into the 4th round on the court, though Viktor Troicki knew he'd be in the 4th round as of yesterday because of the surprise withdrawal of Nikolai Davydenko, Troicki's 3rd round opponent. Davydenko with a fracture in his left wrist, revealed in an MRI yesterday, will be in a cast about a month, so a major bump in his road. And bumps in the road are no stranger to that man there, Mario Ancic. Shoulder, knee, Achilles, a long battle with mononucleosis and some incredible fatigue.
So you guys know everything. 3 challenges set plus 1 extra for each breaker.
Now hoping he's got all those problems behind him.
I'd like you to be focused on is if you need a challenge, please be quick to request it and make sure I got the info, okay? Any questions? Mario, headsets? That's it. Good match.
So Rafa running out to the baseline in his classic back and forth stagger step. We're ready to begin our warm-ups. Ancic from Croatia reached as high as number 7 in the world back in the summer of 2006. Now coming in with a ranking of 694, which is actually up from several months ago. Inactivity, inability to sustain his strength on the tour due to injuries and illness, and now hoping to be back on the move. Tough matchup for him. He and Nadal will battle it out. The winner will face the winner of the American Giant tandem of John Isner and Sam Querrey. They'll be battling late night on Stadium Court in the final match of the evening. Much later on. Viktor Troicki gets through with a walkover over Nikolai Davydenko. Thomas Berdych and Fernando Verdasco will be playing a little bit later on Stadium.